Yes, you did read that title right. $80,000 in profit in 7 days on Amazon. That's profit, not gross sales. If you want to see more, you want to know how I did it, stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the Private Label Masters YouTube channel. I know you guys are gonna love this video. If you are new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Tim. I'm a top Amazon private label seller. That means I sell my own physical product brands on Amazon.com and kill it. And I can show you how to kill it also. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Check out the past videos so you can get an idea of what this business model entails and how you can also learn how to be a master seller too. All right, I sell approximately $1 million every 30 days on Amazon.com, and I can teach you how to do the same. I started out with just one product a few years back, and I've grown it now to I have over 100 products, and I can't wait to share this video with you. You're gonna find a ton of value in it. So in this video, we're gonna actually jump on the computer. We're gonna go into my favorite profit loss tool of choice, and I'm gonna break down my entire account. Before we do that, I wanna tell you about this profit loss tool. Now, in my Facebook group, I often post different numbers of what I'm doing. And one of the questions that a lot of people ask me is, Tim, what is the tool that you use to calculate your profit loss? And for the longest time, I've just never said anything. I was keeping this tool to myself, but in this video, I'm gonna finally unveil which one I use and why I use it. Now, a little on this tool, it is called Shopkeeper. And I have an exclusive discount for everyone in the link below. Just click it and you can see what that special discount is. And I want to tell you a little bit about the person behind the tool, all right? Now, I'm in a lot of different masterminds when it comes to Amazon. I hear a lot of people that are very intelligent when it comes to Amazon. But I remember one specific time over a year ago where I was watching a mastermind, a webinar, and I heard a person come on there and I was like, this person's different. All right, I've heard a lot of people, but this one's different. All of this information is super practical, simple, and will have an immediate impact on my business right now, all right? And a lot of it felt like it was right underneath my nose. And that person is Paulina Masson, all right? She is the originator, CEO, founder, whatever you want to call it, of Shopkeeper. And she is extremely intelligent. And you can see that her skills when it comes to being an Amazon seller have translated into her tool because it has all the features that an Amazon seller like you and me want and need, all right? So if you are unfamiliar with her, she's kind of like one of these best kept secrets in the Amazon space. Make sure to check out her Facebook page. She interviews a ton of different people around the Amazon space who have different tools, different things like that. And I'll put her link to her Facebook page just where you can see a lot of these interviews, and also to her LinkedIn page in the comment section below. So do yourself a favor and click on those and follow her because it'll be well worth your time. Now, I have used many different profit loss tools. I've used like Cash Cow Pro, Sellics, Managed by Stats. You know, there's other ones too. I can't even remember how many. And a lot of these I was having like concurrent, right? And one of the things that an Amazon seller needs to know, right, is your true numbers, okay? We don't want profit and loss tools that, you know, inflate the sales, inflate the profit, and makes you feel good, but it really isn't the truth when it comes to what your Amazon business is really doing. And that's what I found with many of these. Now, another thing I've noticed about a lot of these tools, they look like a giant spreadsheet. And I'm a total numbers person, a stats head, you know, I want to know this and that of everything. But some of those things can be pretty distracting. So as you're gonna see when I jump into this tool and show you the profit that I've had over the last day and over the last week, you're gonna see that it has kind of a minimalist look to it. But despite that, you can find all these different specifics that you need. However, it's not gonna distract you because the main dashboard page is all the information you need. And I'm gonna show you a little bit more about that. So now more in regards to the profit numbers that I'm gonna show you. When I jump on my computer, and I made this video last night to show you guys, but it's really going to give you a glimpse of what a larger seller like myself, what their account looks like. Like what products are doing most of the sales, which ones are only doing some sales, you know, how many products am I in the red on, how much am I spending on PPC, all that kind of stuff. And it's going to give you like a bird's eye view of what it's like being a larger seller, because that is in the future of many of you who decide to pursue this business and make it there. You know, what is a realistic view of what the future can look like? And that's what my account will show you. Again, I started with just one product, right? And now I have over 100 products. You may look at my account and you may say, that is so pie in the sky, impossible for me to do. I'm telling you right now, it was only a few years ago that I had my first product. And I remember clicking that button when I put the order in and being scared out of my wits, right? There wasn't the type of information and teaching and mentorship and courses that are out like now. And so a lot of it, I was like, whoo, let's hope this goes all right. And over time is what it built up to what it is now, okay? So when I show you this, it's not like, hey, check out what I'm doing. I want you really to see like what's possible, that I was once just like you, and that with the right guidance and teaching, you too can get there if you just stick with it, okay? So let's jump on the computer. Whether you're a brand new seller or you have a couple items or you're an experienced seller, you're probably gonna take away something from how I use this tool and also just what my account looks like, okay? Let's jump on the computer and check it out. All right, so before we jump into my profit and loss tool to see some numbers and to learn more about this tool that I love so much, I went here to today's date. It shows, here it is, Wednesday, December 18th, 2019. It is 11:12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can see here, December 18th. So just for that transparency. Now, if we go over here, check it out. This is a profit and loss tool, and here I am, today's numbers. The first thing you will notice, though, is all these origami animals. And what that is there is what they call presentation mode within Shopkeeper, which allows me to do screen shares like this and not give away all the products that I'm selling, which I love, right? So let's dive into this tool and to the numbers, all right? So it's the 18th, and that means I have about 4 more days or so of pretty crazy sales, and then it'll start to level out a little bit and back to normal in January. But we can see here today I am at 2,546 items sold, total revenue of $54,794, a total profit of $12,500, and about a 23% margin. Now we're going to talk a little about these numbers, about the margin, and also how this tool works, okay? So let's start off with how to get the most out of this tool and some of the features I love about it. Now when you first go into Shopkeeper, if you hit this gear icon, you're going to want to make sure every single one of these clicked on, okay? And you notice here it can also show ROI instead of margin. We can see here my account today has a 73% ROI. And ROI is typically a terminology or an acronym that people outside the Amazon space use a lot, you know, when they talk about investments. And so this can kind of apples to apples, Amazon product investments versus, you know, real estate or the stock market or something like that. But for example's sake, let's use margin, because that's what we are all used to talking about in the Amazon world. And when you go to the Amazon Fba Calculator, when you put in the numbers, that's what it kind of shows what it is. It's the margin. Now you may say, Tim, 23% margin? I don't know about that, man. That's not that great. I thought you need to have 30, 40% margin, 100% ROI. Well, let me tell you something real quick. When I put this back to ROI, if you got a 73% ROI, okay, 73%, you put $1 in, you get $1.73 back. Is that a good investment? I challenge you to contact any real estate agent, stock broker, financial advisor, and say, if there's an investment that's a roughly, you know, 50 to 70% ROI, and not for the whole year, but every single, you know, 3 months or so, because it's whenever I reorder my goods, right, and the money gets used again, I get the 73% ROI. Ask them if that's a good investment. When they say that's impossible, it's a Ponzi scheme, you will then come face to face with how good of an investment and the returns are when owning an Amazon business, okay? But let's go back here. So we're going to talk a little bit more about this number, why it's not higher, why it can be higher in the future if I choose to be. But let's look at this tool. So notice here it has this one
Well, first off, when you notice this tool, it looks pretty simple, right? Pretty plain. Now, again, I've used a lot of different tools and they have like a spreadsheet look to it, whereas this looks really simple. The thing I like about this is it only shows what I want to see. But just because it only shows that, it doesn't mean that's all I can see, right? For example, if I want to see where this $12,500 breakdown is, I just hit this breakdown and it shows everything. And when I'm talking about everything, I'm talking about, like, it's even showing me coupon redemption fees. Now, if you're familiar with Amazon, coupons are those little coupons that are shown like a $1 off or 5% off. They're green. And whenever someone uses one of those, it costs 60 cents, right? But look at this, calculated $320 worth. And then I say, okay, well, where are these coupon redemption fees coming from? Which coupons? And then it will go down and break them out. Not only in the US, but every country I'm selling in, how many there are being used. And I can get a clear eye on that. Instead of having to go into Seller Central, go look it up, okay? That's just one aspect. I keep going down, right? Now I can see, okay, $1,000 spent in PPC. I can click this and see, where is that PPC being spent? What country, what specific campaigns, everything. Look at that transparency. Every campaign that is spending money in my account. And then I can see it all here in one picture, whether it's a manual campaign, whether it's auto campaign, product targeting, you name it, okay? And let's keep going now. We also are factoring returns. You know, people return products all the time, and that should go into your day's profit. Just like if you have a regular business, like a store, a brick and mortar store, they calculate also the returns that come in, right? Not very many of these profit loss tools have this in-depth tracking, right? And we keep going down. Look at any reimbursements from Amazon, whether they lost some products, warehouse damaged units, 39 units, they kick me back this much. Warehouse lost items, they kick me about this much. And then taking all of this into account is where we get our total profit. Now, a little more on the transparency. It is, 11:17 p.m. So PPC typically doesn't fully update until the beginning of the next day. So this is I'll probably spend around $1,400 today, and that's not being reflected on here. So you could kick off $400, so that would make us like $12,100 profit right now. Okay. The only other fee that's not calculated right now is the storage fee, and the reason the storage fee is not calculated right now is if it's December right now, the storage fee for December doesn't get shown to us or a charge to us until the middle of January. Once the middle of January comes in, then it'll kick in and it'll take off, X amount per day, all right? But it's not like it's gonna make this thing go down to like $1,000 profit, all right? So let's drop this back down. We see here all these different products, and we can see here, like for example, this one says 459 products sold at a 49% margin. That's insane. And 177 promos. Now, there are different types of promos that you can put on your products, right? There are, buy two, get one free, buy one, get 10% off. Then you have those clickable coupons. And when you see those promos, you may be wondering, like, which promo did a person actually buy or use? Check this out. You can click here, right? And then when it drops it down, you can see which markets you've sold in, right? What the profit is in those markets. But you can drop it down even further. Let's look at a list of the orders. Now, it might take a little while to populate because there is 458 of them, but check it out. So when I don't have the presentation mode on, you can actually see the names of the promos. So I can say, oh, look, this guy is one of the clipped coupons for $10 off. This is a buy two, get one free. Oh, this one's a buy two, one, get one free. And you can start getting a really good idea of which coupons are being used. Now, another reason I love this view right here is because you can see the timestamp of when these orders are coming in. Now, why is that important? So right now during Q4 is a great time to play with your prices, right? Because people are impulse buying. They're not doing a lot of research. They're just looking to buy. So what I often do is try to adjust my price and see like, hey, how's it going? Like, so today, for example, I raised this product like 20%, right? And then I raised it again, the price, just to see. And I can track, I can know like, okay, let's say I changed the price here at, let's say it was 10 p.m. or something, or 10:44. And I can scroll down and see like, what are all the timestamps or how fast were these sales coming in? And after I change it, bam, I can say, okay, are they coming in just as fast? Now, you're going to see here in a little bit, and maybe you've already seen one of my favorite features about this. And next time it happens, I'll show you guys. But so you can click here on the order deals. Oh, there it was. You see that? New orders total 2 units. So what this does is whenever this thing refreshes like every 5-8 minutes, and whenever you get more sales, it automatically makes that big ka-ching sound like a cash register. And so most of us are used to like refreshing our profit and loss tool or refreshing the Seller Central app. And, you know, sometimes, especially when you get more than 1 to 3 products, you see the total sales go up and maybe the profit, but you don't know where those sales came from. You're like, okay, I think maybe it was one of these. But check it out. Whenever this updates, it makes the ka-ching. It tells you a little funny saying, happy, happy, joy, joy. It tells you how many sales you got. And then all you have to do is scroll through your products and see the pluses here. And you know exactly which one sold. So what I do, instead of being a constant like refreshing the Amazon Seller app or refreshing my profit loss tool, I keep Shopkeeper up in the tab, right? Just like this. I right click. I click here, pin. It makes it all small. And then it keeps it right there. And while I'm working, I can just all of a sudden I hear a ka-ching. And if I want to look at it, I will. And I'll check it out and be like, oh, 50 new items sold. And all I have to do is scroll down here and I can find exactly which one it was. Now, another thing I love about this is you can see where it says reimbursement. Like, what is that reimbursement? Well, let's find out. Just how we did that full breakdown right here on the account wide, you can do that on an individual product basis. So let's see, one reimbursement, let's click on here. Let's do the breakdown here and scroll down here. Where was the reimbursement? It's right here. Inventory reimbursement, 1 unit. So you can find out like, why are they kicking money back to you? You can find out like, okay, how many returns was this? And even within a product view like this, you can see specifically what the PPC is on this product, which campaign, which one is causing that money or where it's coming from. Instead of having to go dig in through Seller Central or use another PPC app or something like that, you can see it all here. Super transparent, super easy to see everything. And I don't have to stare at it if I don't want to. I can close it all up and just have this main view instead of like looking here. And one of the big things as an Amazon seller is super easy to get distracted. You know, you go on Facebook and you're going to look for one thing. Next thing you know, you're talking to 5 people, you're in all these different things, reading stuff, and you're not getting anything done, although you think you're working. Well, the same thing can happen when you go in your profit loss tool. Sometimes less is more, right? If you look at this and you're wanting to scan like, okay, where's the reimbursement? Where's this? Where's that? It gets you sidetracked. You're wasting time, right? What I have on this page is all I need to see throughout the day, okay? Now, those are some features that I love about Shopkeeper. Let's start talking about my account in general, right? So we see here 12,584. This is going to drop a bit, not a lot, just because PPC will come in, probably knock another $500, and then the storage fee next month will drop a little, knock a bit more off this, but it'll still be some, you know, it'll still be over 10 grand easy. Now we talked about, I was telling you about the 23% margin. You may say like, that's crazy, Tim. You know, it needs to be higher. And then I will challenge you and say, hey man, would you mind having this much coming in per day, every day? You'd probably say, okay, you know, that's fine. And when I showed you that ROI of 70%, and when I challenged you to talk to a real estate agent or stockbroker, financial advisor, and when they tell you it's probably a Ponzi scheme, you're going to really start to realize like, whoa, this is some crazy opportunity here with Amazon. Okay, so how does this 23% made up of? Now, I have a ton of products, and you can see here that there are a couple that are like really killing it right now. And what's excited to me is that these products right here that are just like totally destroying it right now, they don't always destroy it year round. They do well year round, but during Q4, a couple of these just really boom. However, I have other products like some of these ones that are down here that maybe during Q4 they get a slight boost, but during other parts of the year, maybe in January or summer, they are the ones that boom. So account wide, I have different ones that kill it during Q4, ones that kill it during the summer, ones that kill it during the beginning of the year, and it's a really well-rounded portfolio. And when you look at this 23% margin, what makes up this, right? You'll start to see as I scroll down that I have a couple heavy hitters, right? But then I have a very diversified portfolio of products that make up this. And you can see the margins. Check this out, 50%, 16%, 11%, 20%. This one was a return, 22, 28, a 10%. You may say like, okay, Tim, let me see here. You're saying this one right here, right, is 16%. right? And why do you still have that product? Like that's ridiculous. Again, I would challenge you to say 16%. If we flip this to ROI, right? Let's flip it to ROI real quick. That's 16%. What does it drop to? What does it go to? 43% ROI. Okay. Again, I challenge you to go out there. Boom. There's that ka-ching. 9 more units sold. I just scroll here. It was one of these. It was one of those. And some more probably going down further. I challenge you to go out and talk to somebody who would say, like, if that's a good investment or not, that kind of ROI. I'm not saying go after products with the lower margin like that, this like 16%. But hey, if it's making this kind of money, you have the cash flow to support it, and it's selling consistently, like this is 58 products a day, and if I can keep this in stock, I'll make $370 all day, every day. I don't care if it's making 16% or 20% or even 40%, right? Now, a couple other things. When we look down here, we can get an idea of the different price ranges that I sell in. So some people are like, Tim, what's the perfect price range? And I'm like, hey, there are a lot of great price ranges. Check it out. For example, if I get my calculator here, this product sold 93 today, okay? 93 for a total revenue of 736. If I go 736 divided by 93, the price of this product is like $7.92 or something like that. That is a cheap product, right? Super cheap. Yet I'm getting a 33% margin on it, and it's making $242 a day. Is that a good product? I would sell that all day long. Now maybe we go over to here. Check this one out. 3 sold for $540. Well, how much is that product? 540 divided by 3, $180 product. 25% margin, how much did I make on that? $135 today. So I have products that are, look at that, upwards of $180. I have some $200, and then I have products that are like $7. So again, there is no perfect price point. And my product portfolio is full of totally different prices, different margins, ones that sell, 3 a day that make $135, ones that sell, like, what was that, 93 a day and make $242. Overall, it's very diversified, all different price ranges, and it goes to show that as a new seller, there is so much opportunity. You don't need to limit yourself to these cookie cutter criteria that many of people are teaching, like, oh, it needs to be this price, needs to do this, needs to fit in a shoebox, needs to this, that. No, you don't have to do that. It can work on different price ranges. Now, notice where the profit is coming from, okay? So, of course, it's going to be that whole 80-20 thing, but you're going to see here we have a couple heavy hitters, and then it just starts slowly dropping down. This is per day profit. So 404, 313, 242, 238. And notice as we keep scrolling, this is, again, individual product, how much it's making. And you can see the total difference is like $5, $95, $6, $87, $85, $113. But let's keep going down. So we're scrolling down here, and still we're getting more and more and more. And like I said, during different parts of the years, some of these blow up, right? They're not always just selling 10 or 11 or whatever. Keep scrolling. All right, we have more products. Still going, still going, still going. And eventually we're going to get some that are in the red. Again, transparency here, right? I don't even know anybody on YouTube who's going to even show you inside their profit loss tool and show you any kind of this stuff, because 90% don't sell, or if they do, it's not very much, or they're going to show you some screenshots from like 2017 or 16, all right? Not here. This is the real deal, okay? But now look at these ones that are in the red, and let's talk about those. We have 1 product, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 products that are in the red, okay? Now you may say, Tim, 15 products in the red, that's nuts. This year, I launched 52 new products. 52 new products. And many of those are still working to get off the ground, okay? And as you may know, if you sell on Amazon or you're thinking about selling on Amazon, when you first come to market, you're not going to be profitable right away. It takes some time to get sales to become profitable. Boom, another 5 units sold. And during that time, you are going to be in the red a bit, right? So this, out of 52 products, having 17 and that are in the red right now, today, I mean, And am I going like way in the red? No, $1, $3, $5, $20, $64, right? And some of these, like, so some of these have stories to it. Like this one, 54 units minus $35. I know this product, and I know that I had too much inventory on it. So one way to get rid of inventory is to lower your price and fire it out. That's what I've done with this one. I've lowered it to about break even. I'm firing a ton out so that I can decrease some of that sales during this hot time. And also you can see a couple refunds here. Boom. We see that's where it's coming in, negative $35. But for account wide, to have a day like this and only have 17 products that are in the red, and it's not like they're major in the red, you know, $84 the most, that's not very much. And then right away we start getting into the profit, right? So all of these products that range all of these different amounts is what equates to this total 12,600 number now, which keeps increasing, and it will keep increasing while we do this video, to getting that 23% margin. But just so you can understand, right, how doable. You may look at this and be like, dude, I can never do this. But remember, I started with a product just like you guys, my first one, all right? So if we were to go up here and we say, let me pick one. Let's see here. Here we go, okay? This product has sold 17 for $144, 22% margin. You're like, 17, that's not that much, 22% margin, but check this out, okay? If you make $144 a day times 7, right? That's $1,000 a week times 4. That's 1 month, $4,000, okay? Now, let's say you had 5 products. Do you think you could get 5 products over your life, over 2 years or 3? 5 products that could sell 17 a day, only 22% margin, making $144, right? 5 products. If I take this amount and multiply it by 5, look at that. That's 20 grand a month. 20 grand a month. 5 products that are selling, 17 of them, making $144 at 22%. That's 20 grand a month, all right? Times 12 a year. See, it's insanity, all right? So when you look at this giant account, you may be like, that's impossible, I can never do that. But look at that, 17 sold, right? How much was this product? 667 divided by 17, a $39 product, okay? We're not talking this is really expensive. This is $39. That's the sale price. Only selling 17 of them, only at a 22% margin, it's making $144 a day. Let me do the math again. 144 times 7, right? That's for a week, times 4, $4,000. We get 5 of those products like that over the span of a year. That's 20 grand profit a month. See, it's not that insane. And the main thing is you need to start, okay? So let's go back here. I'll show you a couple other pieces of information and why I like this tool. You can also look at what specific marketplace you also sell in. So I sell in all these different ones. So let me click UK and look here. UK sales, 9-1. I am actually out of stock of a lot of products in the UK, and I've only been selling the UK like 6 months or so. I'm branching out to Europe, but check this out. Let's go year to date, just UK, year to date. What do we got here? $24,000 profit in just the UK. All right. I remember when I was working at Costco, and if I did something like that, it'd been insane. $24,000 in less than 6 months, right? So I can break that down for every single market, how much it is, and I can do the breakdown here, and I can check the graph at like where the sales. The big sales times of the year were for me when I had inventory. Inventory was here. Then I started running out of inventory. Now I'm almost dead out of inventory, and that's where it was, right? So you can see I only really started moving some product here, and then I ran out of stock, and now I'm getting another shipment in. And so next year, we can just imagine what this is going to be when I have a full year of inventory in stock. Let's say if it stays here at this, look at that, $9,000 profit in September. If I kept full inventory for the entire year, who knows? This could be like $150,000 next year. You don't know. But that is another feature I love about of Shopkeeper. Okay, so let us go back to today. Let us go back to all marketplaces. And bam, here we are. You heard the ka-ching. Sold another one of these, another 2 of these, but it says 9 more sales. I can scroll down, 2 of those, 4 of those, and there you have it, okay? So let's look at some other numbers, right? Today is 12,600. Let's go back yesterday. What did we do yesterday? Yesterday, 13,607 profit, 64,000 revenue. Let's look at the breakdown for yesterday. Let's look at how much did I spend in PPC, 1,700. I can click here, see every PPC campaign, every single one in the market, which makes up that. And I can see all of that. Let's see, you know, this is the one that sold the best. Then I had another one. See, look at this. This is a third product that sold $1,000. Look at today. I don't have a third one that did 1,000. I got one that did 700. So again, different days, different times of year, different products sell well. So today was 12,600. Yesterday was 13,600. What about the day before yesterday? 14,800. Let's do 7 days, okay? Let's do a 7-day period. So let's do the 12th through the 18th. That's 7 days. 85,245. Yes, 20% margin. But again, I'm launching products all the time, which are going to impact this. But hey, would you be okay with that? 7 days. 7 days. What's the breakdown? We have all of it here. Total transparency, right? I have used other tools, and none of them are even close to as exact as this tool is. I spent $12,000 on PPC. Had over $2,000 in coupon redemptions. How many refunds? I had $4,000 in refunds, but I had a bunch of these reimbursements, and that's where we came out with this number, right? Again, this is not gross. This is not gross. Everyone shows gross. I oftentimes show gross, but $425,000 in sales in 7 days, which equaled to $85,000 profit. The only number that is not showing here again is the storage fee and today's PPC fees, because all these other ones, all these other fees are including the PPC fee. Okay, so that's what's been going on in my account, 7 days. Let me show you another few specifics of this tool that I love. Let's go over to the trends. So when we go to the trends view, you can see all time for my Amazon business, my account. We see here, I started in the beginning of 2016. Look at that. I had my first, here was March. Look at, okay, so in February, I sold 36 items. And then in March, I had 43. Bam. This is, I was trying to resell some stuff during this time, but April is when my first product landed. And that's why you see the big jump, 500. And look at this. This has been my growth over time. All right. Did I go from here straight to here in a day? No, right? And so you may look at my account and be like, dude, that's crazy. I can never get to that point. You can, but look at this. It takes consistent effort over a long time. There is no giant spike. There are random spikes like this during Q4 and another one here during Q4, but it is steady growth, steadily launching more products, steadily optimizing your listings, staying on the Amazon game, getting the best information education. And you know what? This is the type of information that I spread to all of my students. Consistency, correct information, tripling down on the fundamentals, not getting sidetracked with a bunch of hacks that are here today, gone tomorrow, but good business fundamentals. And I lead by example, and you can see this is what my account does. But what's cool is I can actually look at specific products and specific brands. So let me look at one brand and show you exactly how well it's done. All right, so here's a brand. You can see I started this in April of 2017, which is roughly a year after I got it started. And you can see here, just slow growth. Slow growth. You know, went here. Last Q4 was huge. Then dropped back down, but even, you know, this June compared to last June down here, still doing well, and now it's climbing back up again. Let's look at another brand. Here's another brand. This one started 5 5 months after I started on Amazon. Steady growth, a big Q4, steady growth, another big Q4, and we're moving up, right? How about another one? Here we go. Check this one. This one was 6 months after I got started on Amazon. Look at this. Slow growth. I'm talking itsy bitsy growth. Itsy bitsy, but it's still growing, right? Must have went out of stock products some here. Slow growth, right? This is 16 to 18, right? So December 2016, and it wasn't until August of 2018, so a year and a half later, that it really started to explode. I was launching more products. They were slowly growing. I was starting. But as you'll see with Amazon, your listings start to mature. You start to get more reviews. You start to lead the pack in the niche. And then after a while, and as Amazon gets more popular and more shoppers, you start to grow. And you see this drop here. This is because it doesn't show December sales yet. But once December comes back up, it'll be popped up here again. But that's another brand. So this is another feature I love. I love seeing the health of my brand, the overall trends, etc. There is a nice little simple inventory manager in here, a cool profit and loss thing in here. Let me show you a couple other simple features. When you go into inputting your landed costs for your products, let's look at this one for example. So here we have the product, right? And it has every single market that I sell it in, right? I only sell it in these 4. That's why it's configured there. But what I like is you can drop down cost per unit. And notice this. This is one area that many tools fail to have and which messes up all your numbers. And that is new landed costs whenever you get products delivered to Amazon, all right? So you may get your first shipment. And I did here, $2.09. That included everything. That's the shipping here. You can add in these little extra things, right? Notice I had 26 cents here. That was for inventory placement service fee. But you can add different ones in here. I kind of just group them all under here under manufacturing. But look, this shipment was $2.09. This shipment was $2.29, spanning from this date. And this one was $2.09. And what this does is it allows you to see, if in most other profit loss tools, if this was $2.09 and you change it, your new landed cost, every single sale is based off of $2.09 landed cost for the past however long you're counting. So you can't look back and see accurate profits. Whereas with this, whenever you get a new product shipment in, you can take the amount that is left over from the last one. Let's say I had 1,000 units left at $2.29, and then I had 5,000 units coming in. It's at $2.07 or whatever, and then I can add them together and then get the average and put it in here. And that way I know that all of my landed costs are up to date and it's the most accurate possible. Now you can also put in here the amount of days for manufacturing time, and this will help you to track your inventory on the inventory page, all right? So this is another very special tool I love. One other thing I like is, let's see here, miscellaneous income and expenses. This was another feature that many products were missing on the marketplace because we have a lot of different, fees. And if you're a seller that's been around for a while, we know that, like, for example, this is, let me turn this off. This right here, this fee that I put in is AMS, right? AMS is another tool that you can help run through ads through. But a lot of people have no place to put this in, whereas I got my VA going in here and uploading it every single time I get a charge, and then it will actually go in on my total sales profit and loss so that I'm really checking everything. Okay. Now there's so much more you can do with Shopkeeper, but I wanted to show you guys the aspects of it that I love, that I use. I love how it's like a minimalist look. You're not getting sidetracked by all this other random stats. It doesn't look like a giant spreadsheet. I'm a total spreadsheet kind of person. I like the data. I'm a stats nerd, but I don't need to be staring at that all day. I want to know when I get more sales, what's selling, and I want to see what is on this page, okay? And I think you'll love it. Give it a try. So as you can see, Paulina Masson of Shopkeeper has put together an amazing tool. I can't tell you like the rush it feels each time you hear that ka-ching.
All right, I've shared this tool with my students ever since they came into the training, and they can't live without it, right? And I know if you're already an Amazon seller and you have this in the background, you hear that ka-ching, that cash register sound, it's addicting and it's amazing. You're just like, boom, yep, that's right. Your wallet just got a little fatter. Your wallet just got a little fatter, right? Your bank account just grew a little bit more each time you hear that ka-ching, and it happens throughout the day, right? I love it. The tool keeps getting better. Remember, if you want an exclusive discount, click the link below in the description to see what that is, and I know you're gonna love it. One question I have for you guys, do you want me to start interviewing some of my successful students? I have tons of them. We have over a dozen who sell over $1 million a year now, and I remember when they first came into the training, they had just, a couple products, and now they're like 27, 30 plus products. And when I'm not saying it's just one or two. Check out all of these people who are in the VIP student group who are just killing it, right? It's almost endless. So if you want to hear about their story, how they got started, what's their journey been like, what obstacles they have, leave that in the comment section below. And if I have enough of those, I will make sure to start getting some of them on here, okay? Remember, just start, okay? Just start. And if you stay consistent with it, you'll look back and you will amaze yourself, I promise you, okay? Now, I hope you guys found a tremendous amount of value in this. If you did, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.